In the past, you went to the Fort Bend County Library's website to see what events were planned. But then came COVID-19.
Well, actually it started back in March when we ended in March 20th is when we kind of all went home. So then we started discussing about what we were going to do to maintain our contact with the public. And so we were then starting on virtual programming. So it was kind of like a fast learning curve where we started producing videos at our own homes. And we were doing it like we would read books, for picture books for story time. And we would do maybe little craft projects for the after school crowd. And then we would do some maybe science type of things for the middle school crowd. So then when we came back to the libraries on May 4th, we were able to kind of, since we were back in our own environments, do a little bit more professional presentations. We had a little bit more better equipment. So then we started kind of doing like what we would do with the toddler time or a story time or those kind of programs. So then it became summer quickly. So we had to find performers who were doing virtual programming because that's what we usually do during our regular summers. And so they were kind of on the learning curve. So we did find performers who would do some programs for the school age groups. We continued on doing toddler time and story time and our middle school programming. And it turned out very well for the summer. And now we're preparing to do it through the fall. The youth people had to work very closely with our marketing people because we had to, again, get those recordings done. But you're right, the editing was a huge part. And then, we didn't have software maybe to do editing. So then we had to, get some like sometimes free stuff and then find people in our branches who were able to do some editing for us. So we got that kind of worked out, and then marketing had to take over and get the links up on the website, and then we had to get links on the Facebook pages. So yeah, it was like I said, a very steep learning curve for everyone. I would just like to say for the public to really check the virtual calendar on the library website, check the Facebook pages of their local branch, because that's where they're going to find a lot of information about what the programs are coming up. And also we've got some things coming up, like we're putting in carousels on the Facebook pages that have the new books, so they can put those on hold and then pick them up curbside. So I think that's the biggest challenge, is getting that information out to the public that we're here and that we have a lot of resources for them, especially as schools start doing online classes. I think it's going to be very important that they realize that we also have digital resources they can use while they're at home studying too.
For Stafford CSI, this is Randall Williams.